Hola. Hola. Nos saluda, ¿no? Hola, hola, hola. Buenas tardes.
Hello, everyone. It's good to see you all. Thank you so much for being here. My name is Ryan Madden. I'm the Vice President of Media and Communications. We're joined today by Austin FC head coach Josh Wolf and Austin FC midfielder, designated player, 2022 MVP finalist, 2022 MLS Best 11, two-time MLS Player of the Month, and 11-time MLS Player of the Week, Sebastian. Oh, and our new number 10, Sebastián Driussi. We will just jump right into it and take questions. Just so you know, we will also have translation services available today. So Emily Alvarado from our communications team will be available to both translate English language questions into Spanish for Sebastian and Spanish language responses into English for members of the media. We'll go ahead and jump right into it, please.
Hello, Sebastián, un placer que estés aquí. Qué buena noticia que te podamos contar contigo por un buen rato más. Dos preguntas rápidas. Número uno, cuando llegaste aquí, ¿pensaste que ibas a pasar por los siguientes 5 años aquí en Austin? Y número dos, escuchamos rumores en los últimos meses que te ligaban de repente con otros equipos, en otro continente. ¿Hubo algún acercamiento interesante?
Hola, buenas tardes para todos. Sí, primero, la primera pregunta te voy a contestar que sí, la verdad que cuando llegamos nosotros acá con mi familia, era la idea estar mucho tiempo acá en la liga, así que estamos muy felices de poder renovar mi contrato, feliz de vivir acá en esta ciudad. Y después sí, como todos ustedes saben, hubo una oferta muy importante del club, de un club de Inglaterra, pero bueno, mi cabeza siempre estuvo en Austin, por eso fue que tomé la decisión de poder renovar mi contrato. Agradezco también a la dirigencia, a Josh, por confiar en mí nuevamente. La verdad que estoy muy feliz de estar acá.
Sebas, bueno, pues ¿qué falta? Argentina campeón, tú casi MVP. ¿Qué falta para este año?
Para este año, ¿qué falta? Poder que Austin levante un título. Sería algo muy especial para mí, para todos los fans, que Austin se pueda coronar campeón. Tenemos muchísimas competiciones por delante. Sabemos que es difícil, pero no imposible.
La MLS, ya con todo el tiempo que has estado aquí, ¿qué puedes decir de la MLS?
Es una liga muy competitiva, lo sabemos todos. Creo que con los años va a seguir creciendo, muchísimos jugadores importantes están viniendo a la liga. Así que nosotros tenemos que seguir enfocados en nuestro trabajo. Sabemos que cada año va a ser más competitivo y para lograr lo que nosotros queremos es trabajar.
Josh, can you tell us how happy you are?
No, I think we're all quite pleased. I think as an organization, we're extremely proud and happy to extend Sebastian's contract here with the club. What he's been able to do in a short time is establish himself as one of the best, if not the best player in the league. And I think it's a rewarding response and reaction from ownership and from this organization, and we want to keep him here as long as possible. And he demonstrated what he was to this city, to this league, in a really quick manner over 18 months. And you know, we look forward to it. I think I can understand what he's saying. He wants to win titles. I think that's the most telling thing about Sebastian is his humility and his hunger to compete and play, but he is driven by championships. And he talks about that to us as a staff and certainly to our players. And that's something that's on our, you know, for us to now shoot for going forward. But, you know, really, really pleased and proud of what Sebastian did last year and to have him on board for a number of years going forward.
Sebastian, just why Austin? What made you want to make the commitment to Austin?
¿Que por qué Austin? ¿Qué te hizo hacer, o sea, que te quedaras aquí todavía?
Todo, la verdad que me gusta toda la ciudad, me gusta todo el club, es un club nuevo, un club con un proyecto muy lindo, mi familia está muy a gusto, yo también, así que él lo elegiría una y 10 veces más.
He said he's obviously really happy here. He loves the city, he loves the people, he loves the team, and he loves the project that the team had. His family's really happy here, and he's obviously really happy here, so he would do it 10 more times if he had to.
And Josh, where have you seen him grow the most since his arrival a year and a half ago?
I think he's a player that's still open to learning. I think it's a really unique, special quality. He's 25 years old when he came to us. He's just celebrated another birthday recently, and his humility and his hunger are incredibly obvious. And I think, young players, old players, it's a great quality to be coachable. He comes in every day eager and hungry to keep learning. He allows us to explore different things because of his quality, but he's open to it. And I think that's a really impressive quality that he's shown, and again, in a short amount of time, in 18 months. But he knows he can get better. He knows he can improve. He believes our staff can improve him. And in doing so, I think that will establish our team as one of the best in the league. And that's what we're striving for. Commitment to Sebastian is a long-term commitment. It's also with the idea that we can now become a consistent contender in this league and in many different competitions. And his leadership, his guidance, his quality is there. His humility as a person, his character inside the locker room is also something that's extremely influential inside our group, but also for recruiting players. So we're very, very much pleased with Sebastian.
Could you just kind of take us through a timeline on how this kind of got started and then finalized, if possible, if not?
Well, I think
I'm assuming last year, obviously, with his performance, you're like,
Yeah.
okay, let's.
Yeah, I think there's always there's always going to be discussions in those areas, dependent upon what's happened the year before. He had a very strong year. He was up for MLS MVP, and I think you want both sides to always be pretty happy. We have an ownership that's extremely ambitious. There was plenty of interest for Sebastian around the world in many different leagues, and I think he was quite honest with us. This is where he wanted to be. Ownership recognized that. Anthony Precourt, made it a real emphasis in the offseason to get this contract done and again, get the commitment from the club to him, but also Sebastian's commitment to us. And I think it's a great relationship that we've got with Sebastian and certainly his agents, and we look forward to moving forward. We want to keep competing as we did last year, build off of 2 very good years. But once the idea was there, it happened pretty quickly, and I give Anthony Precourt a lot of credit for that, because you don't want to string these things out, and you want to please the players, and we were able to do that.
Josh, you've obviously got a great stadium, great fans,
Yeah.
great city, all that stuff, but when it comes to kind of recruiting players or building the team that you want to build, how much easier does it make that recruitment conversation when you say, oh, I've also got a
Yeah.
MVP finalist?
Well, it certainly doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt at all. I think I've heard Giassi talking about it with some of his interviews lately. We have quickly established ourselves with the way that we play, the fans, the stadium that we have here at Q2, the community, the support that we've consistently had. Even before we kicked the ball in the stadium. So from that standpoint, we are a desirable destination for many, many players, both domestically and international. When you have an MLS superstar like Sebastian and somebody that's had so much global success as Sebastian, it makes it extremely easy. But it's coming here to play and to compete and play a certain way. And like he said and like I've said, I think our goals have to remain high. We have to continue to want to achieve and push. And we'll continue to attract and bring players here to support Sebastian, players of all certainly backgrounds and qualities.
And Sebastian, how kind of rooted do you feel in the early days of this club? You can't write the first chapter of Austin FC without you. Do you take that to heart at all?
¿Tomas a corazón que sin ti no se puede escribir la historia de Austin FC?
Bueno, me lo hicieron saber del primer momento que llegué. Aprovecho este espacio también para agradecerle a todos los fans por el cariño que me brindan diariamente. La verdad que estoy muy a gusto del cariño que me brindan, no solo a mí, sino que a todos mis compañeros cuando salimos a cada partido, cuando nos cruzamos en las calles. La verdad que estoy muy a gusto con eso y bueno, ojalá que sigamos escribiendo esta historia que va a ser algo muy lindo.
They always let me know since the moment I got here, so I'll just take this time to say thank you to all the fans who have always made us feel at home, like not just me, but the other players as well. When they see us like in public, they always make us feel at home, and when we play games, it's the same thing. So it's just a beautiful story that I hope to keep writing.
Felicidades, Sebas. When you think back to when you first arrived in Austin, what you might have been thinking or expecting, how has the fit been? Has it been better than you even imagined it would be in such a short time when you first arrived here?
Sorry, can you repeat that for me?
Yeah, when he first arrived here, did he imagine the fit would be as seamless as it's been in just a year and a half?
Cuando primero llegaste, ¿pensaste que te ibas a incorporar tan bien aquí?
Bueno, los primeros 6 meses que estuve en el club me costaron un poco, más que nada los primeros 2 meses, obviamente porque era algo nuevo para mí, una cultura muy diferente a la que por ahí estaba acostumbrado yo a vivir en Rusia. Pero después, a medida que fueron pasando los meses, me fui sintiendo muy cómodo, mis compañeros me lo hicieron saber desde el primer día, pero bueno, saben que yo también soy un poco tímido a la hora de hablar o de expresarme así con mis compañeros, pero bueno, sí. La verdad que estoy feliz después de que pasaron los primeros 6 meses, después me pude afianzar, mis compañeros me dieron muchísimas confianza, el técnico también, el cuerpo técnico, y bueno, después obviamente que se dio lo que se dio este año y bueno, feliz.
The first 6 months were the hardest, especially the first 2, because it was just a new culture and I wasn't used to everything around here. But it was very quick, like after those 6 months, like the trust that everybody had in him, coach, the players and everyone, and that just kind of helped him sort of just feel better here. So he's just really happy here in general.
And then just real quick, you were in Qatar this summer and you saw Argentina win the Copa del Mundo. Messi, they're saying he may come to MLS. Is that something you hope happens?
Que obviamente entendiste un poco.
Sí.
Que ya ves que la gente dice que Messi tal vez viene aquí a la liga. ¿Cómo te sentís de eso?
Ojalá, sería algo muy lindo. No solo para mí, que soy argentino, sino que también para toda la liga, para elevar el nivel. Y después, bueno, sí, estuve en Qatar, disfruté del torneo, del torneo mundial. Fue una experiencia muy linda para mí, poder ver a mi país campeón del mundo. Es algo que soñaba, poder estar ahí presente, así que nada, disfruté.
Obviously, I hope so. Like anybody here would hope so, and it would just be good for the league in general. And in Qatar, I obviously enjoyed all the time I had there and see my country win the championship. So.
¿Qué significa para ti estrenar el número 10 esta temporada, el 25 de febrero, que ya solo falta algunos días? ¿Cómo te sientes sobre ese cambio de número?
Bien, cambié 3 veces ya de número. No sé qué me va a deparar de acá el año que viene, por ahí lo cambio de nuevo.
¿Y
Pero,
sería?
No, ahora estoy contento de poder llevar el número 10. La verdad que es un número que me gusta mucho, lo usaba de muy chiquito en las inferiores de River, así que nada, es un número que obviamente es algo muy lindo y bueno, no veo la hora de que el 25 poder estrenarlo.
¿Vas a ganar MVP este año?
Ojalá, vamos a volver con todo. El fútbol siempre da revancha y trataré esta temporada de volver más fuerte y poder lograrlo.
Y la última, muchos argentinos en la MLS, como dijo Goodwin, ¿qué significa para ti es saber que posiblemente en tu país llaman por que regreses, pero tú decidiste quedarte?
Sí, me lo hacen saber diariamente, pero bueno, hoy estoy acá, disfruto y solamente pienso en Austin. Si no se dio por algo fue, así que nada, hoy tengo varios años más acá y bueno, voy a disfrutar todos estos años que me queden acá y voy a ser feliz como siempre.
Mucho éxito y suerte.
Muchas gracias.
They all are.
Josh, yesterday, Giassi was extremely complimentary of the man sitting to your left. The players galvanized behind Sebastian. What do you think is his best characteristic that makes him the ideal face of this club?
I think we build our values around hard work and the collective, and I think Sebastian epitomizes what we've laid down as our roots, so to speak, our foundation, and what Sebastian brings, in training and in games is quite identifiable. It's quite impressionable. His work rate, his work ethic to me is something that stood out from the moment he's got here. His quality, I think, is always on display, but you'll see many great players in this league, and I've been able to see a lot of players and play against some players and now coach and look from afar to see what this league's been able to bring in and develop, but he can set himself apart from any other great player that this league's had. He really can. He's come at such a good age with such a great hunger and humility and already a high quality that we hope we can continue to build on and build around him. But his work rate, his hunger to keep pushing and keep learning and keep providing for this team, I think is his greatest attribute. And it resonates with our team. Our players rally around him. He's he is our number 10. He is the emotion of our group in his own quiet way. He doesn't speak a lot, but when he does, it has an impression and an impact on the group. And the team rallies around that. And I think as he gets more comfortable and as he has learned more English and become more comfortable in our city and certainly our environment, he speaks more English than you guys probably think, so that's a good thing. But I think you'll see that coming forward. He certainly speaks a lot of English to me. So I think his work ethic is incredible. His quality, his charisma is always on display. But he is a humble, hungry person, and that's incredible qualities as well.
Sebastian, where does that hunger, that work ethic that Josh just described come from?
¿De dónde viene todo lo que él has describido? O sea, tu hambre y todo, la manera que trabajas y todo. ¿De dónde viene eso?
Bueno, son valores que de chico me inculcaron mis padres, mi pueblo de Argentina, el querer siempre competir, el querer siempre ganar, el querer siempre trabajar, pero con humildad, hambre de gloria, es lo que nosotros llamamos en Argentina, así que trato de cuando hablo, como dijo Josh, lo poco que hablo, transmitirle eso a mis compañeros, de tener hambre de gloria. Sabemos que es un club nuevo, pero que se merece algún título.
They call it hunger for glory in Argentina, and it's just something that has been instilled in him since he was a child from his family and just the neighborhood that he's around. And it's honestly just an Argentinian thing to them, and he tries to instill that to the players and coach too, and try to get everyone to understand what they mean by the hunger for glory. So that's truly where it comes from.
Josh, you mentioned teams around the world that would be interested in Sebastian. What's the biggest challenge in trying to keep him here as other teams, want to have him on their team?
Well, I think any player of his talent and will draw interest. He's still at quite a good age. We were able to bring him here from Zenit. It was a project that he was excited by. The challenges that exist are teams that have large amounts of money that can pay a significant amount for players. It is a business, so I think we do recognize at any point any of our players could be purchased or bought, and that's a good thing. I think our league has grown now that we are a selling league. We are developing talent, our own talent. We're bringing talent in and developing it and selling it. So those are things that we should look forward to as an organization as well. But in the end, it's a decision that Sebastian has, and he has full control of that. So I think, his intentions were quite clear to us. His ambitions are here with Austin FC. What the future holds beyond Austin FC, when that happens, if it ever happens, we will see. But we're delighted to have him, for an extended amount of time now, and we look forward to getting back out on the field and competing. As we said, we want to put ourselves in championship, put ourselves in place to win championships and consistently be a playoff team.
And Sebastian, when you sign a big contract on Valentine's Day, do the gifts get bigger for the family?
Cuando firmas un contrato en el día de San Valentín, ¿los regalos se hacen más grandes?
Puede ser.
Maybe.
Perdón. Sebas, has mencionado hoy 2 veces a la afición. ¿Cómo la comparas con esa afición y como cuando tú vivías de chico en River esos partidos?
No te voy a decir similar porque te estaría mintiendo, porque saben el amor que yo le tengo a River, pero se parece porque obviamente no hacen sentir ese fervor y esa pasión con lo que viven el fútbol acá, en esta ciudad. Y así que para nosotros es algo muy lindo porque nos empuja cuando por ahí los resultados no se nos dan y ellos están ahí alentando los 90 minutos. La verdad que no tengo más que a palabra de agradecimiento.
¿Cómo viste el juego de Argentina contra Francia desde la tribuna? ¿Qué ganas tenías tú de estar en el campo?
Muy poca porque fue un partido muy intenso, muy sufrido. La verdad que por suerte pudimos coronar ese torneo, esa final que fue algo muy sufrida.
2023, ¿tienes un nuevo reto de tener un lugar en la selección?
Ojalá. Es el sueño más grande que tengo a nivel futbolista, así que ojalá se me pueda cumplir, si no es este año, el año que sea, pero ojalá que se me pueda cumplir ese sueño.
Sebastián, ¿cómo te sientes físicamente? ¿Cómo estás? ¿Estás listo? ¿Estás preparado para este nuevo torneo? Y volteas a ver a Josh. Porque ya no falta tanto, ¿no? ¿Te sientes bien? ¿Estás en tu punto?
Sí, 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 estoy bien, me siento muy bien. Creo que tuvimos un gran trabajo, preparándonos de la mejor manera, teniendo partido amistoso. Pero sí, llegamos creo que bastante bien, ya falta muy poco, con muchas ansiedades también, porque obviamente es el primer partido en casa. Así que ojalá que salga todo bien. Gracias a ustedes.
Gracias. Okay, question for you from our friend at MLS Soccer, Jonathan Sigel.
Okay.
Looking over the history of MLS, how does Sebastián stack up to some of the all-time great playmakers that this league has seen?
I think it's a great question. I think he's 18 months into his MLS tenure, career. There's been many great players, many great Argentinians. Landon Donovan is who the MVP is named after, and I think there are many great MVP winners, and Sebastián hasn't won one yet. I know he is passionate about putting himself in a position to win an MVP, but consistency, good health, championships, those are things that now allow you to resonate with some of the greats of the league, and he knows that. I think we talk openly about that, and I really truly believe he can set himself in another bar than many of those players. He's come at such a good age. He's provided a clear identity of who he is as a player, who he is as a human being, and those are things I think that will really support that and push that. And he has the ambition, he has the quality, he has the hunger. We got to help build the support around him and keep him in front of the fans and performing at a high level.
For Sebastián, to be the now face of the only top-level professional sports team in Austin, how much pride do you take in that and really being a representative for the city?
¿Cuánto honor sentí siendo la cara de Austin FC y siendo el único club profesional que tenemos aquí en Austin?
Muchísimo, nunca me imaginé ser la cara de algo tan grande. Así que nada, un orgullo terrible, la verdad que estoy muy contento de poder, obviamente como dije antes, estar acá, ser la cara de Austin, poder representarlo de la mejor manera y agradecerle por todo el cariño de siempre.
A lot of honor. I never would have thought that would be the face of a club. Nonetheless, Austin FC. So I'm just really happy and thankful, like I said before, to just be here and be the face of the club.
Nice.
Okay, thank you, everyone. We're going to go ahead and wrap up, but we will do a photo opportunity at the midfield line. So if you guys want to grab the cameras and head out to the stanchions, you can follow Cameron Kubek from our communications team. He'll take you out there, and we'll join you in just a minute. And then for any of the staff in attendance, we're also planning a photo as well. So if y'all want to follow Emily out to the turf on the sidelines, that'd be fantastic.